Welcome to a 2v2 on Bistraya Voda. I have not done a 2v2 cast on this map in a while, and the more I cast on it, the less I like it. Let's see if this game will change my mind a little bit on that. This game is going to be Sabotador, BR, and a name in Cyrillic I cannot read, versus Stealth, 116, and MrDeflor. We're going to see armor, recon, infantry, armor, airborne, for the double Americans on the left side versus elite troops, Festung support, Jaeger infantry. I was totally wrong. I was not even close. Jaeger infantry and storm doctrine. Wow, that is a weird loadout. Apparently, stealth likes ambush camouflage. I get it. Okay. And he has immediately chosen Jaeger infantry. So good luck with that. I guess that's gonna be that's a pretty tough commander to pull off. When it's a 2v2, maybe his teammate can carry him a little bit. And breakthrough for the Oberkommando West player, also instantly picked, so everybody is locked in. Or no, they haven't. Both Axis players have locked in at the beginning of the game. American players have, neither of them has selected armor yet, so they're probably not going to, for assault engineers anyway. Which means there's a pretty good chance of LMGs this game. Infantry company or airborne LMGs. First engagement seems to be centering around the church in the north and the fuel here in the south. MG42 from stealth goes down here pretty early. What are those? Those riflemen. Wow, really? That full burst from the MG42 didn't suppress them? More than a full burst, in fact. That was like, I think that was 2 full bursts, one of which was on them in green cover. I still cannot believe that squad is not suppressed right now. Kind of almost bad RNG for stealth right there, I think. But either way, his grenadiers, because they just took so much damage, didn't even matter that they didn't get suppressed. They're actually going to definitely lose that engagement anyway, and will be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, the second squad of riflemen right here looks like it's going to get pushed away by 2 more squads moving in from the northeast to support in this engagement. The engagement for the north church looks like it's not really going anywhere, turning into a bit of a stalemate with riflemen in the building against the riflemen, or Volksgrenadiers in the church, plus Kubelwagen supporting is trying to reposition a little bit to a more optimal location. MG42 is going to retreat, not wanting to stick around in engagements after losing so much health. Grenadiers are engaging from range down there in the south. That squad has to retreat quickly, not wanting to stick around for too long. But I think this vetted squad of Grenadiers should probably be able to win this area and keep this fuel under Axis control. And nothing down here except for that squad of rear echelon troops. And everything else is just reinforcing here in the base. Rear echelon troops making their way towards this area. And Grenadiers are moving to work on that. As for American tech, don't see a lieutenant yet. There's neither. They don't have the fuel point, so that's going to definitely hurt Allied economy quite a bit. They're kind of oddly idle right here. I think this player might be trying to mass a really large force before going in again. He's getting himself. Oh, okay. He's getting himself a bazooka upgrade. Interesting. Not sure what that's all about. His munitions are actually a little low too, because apparently he's been throwing grenades in the initial few engagements. His munitions count as pretty low compared to his teammate. Grenades also teched, in fact, by Sabotador. Lucky grenade right there. Wipes the Grenadier squad. Late reaction by stealth. So they've both teched grenades, so no quick light vehicle for either one of them. They're just going really hard into infantry. Wow, another wipe on that frag. Pretty good performance from grenades so far here in the south. As for the center / north, I don't know if there have even been any good grenades. I don't think so, because he still has a pretty decent force up here. We actually, wow, this is such a weird build. Double Sturms, double Kubel and double Volksgrenadiers into this church. That is a terrible build. Well, I guess it's not terrible, but it's extremely risky and micro-intensive. But so far it has not been punished since both Americans are going to double team here in the south. I like this bunker, by the way, protecting the cutoff. Protecting this cutoff is essential on this map if you're going to actually maintain any fuel income here in the south. So this is a pretty good idea, I think. Because not only does it protect this cutoff, it also is very difficult to destroy all the way back here. And getting an AT gun in range to blow that thing up would be quite difficult. And flanking it with bazookas would be even more difficult. So I think there's not actually very many great places to put bunkers on most maps, but I think on this map this is a pretty good idea. I like that. I know, I have no room to talk about bad builds. I play like triple Sturm OKW and then I'm like, oh, this build sucks. Clearly he needs more Sturm Pioneers, Romeo Mug. Okay, I just said one of my own emotes out loud. That's taking it too far. I'm sorry. I apologize. Koopa Wagons engaging against this lieutenant squad from 2 angles. They're going to be forced to retreat. This rifle squad jumping into green cover almost takes out the Koopa Wagon right there. Frag going into the church has also very nearly wiped these squads. So doubling up in the building is not very beneficial. It's because you don't have very many guns firing at your opponent. In return, that could be a wipe. Yep, there goes the building. Wipe. Volksgrenadier squad goes down. A little slow on the repairs here for double Sturm's double Kubel. Like I said, it's micro-intensive, and he's not microing very efficiently getting the repairs on the Kubel Wagon. A little too lazy about that. Koopa Wagon was also faced the wrong direction for this engagement. Fortunately, those riflemen did not think to use the AT rifle grenade, so he gets a free escape this time. But I don't know if he's going to be able to survive against this super-duper blob that's on its way. Meanwhile, here in the south, regular Grenadiers with ambush camouflage. Ooh. And an MG42 defending here in the strategic and victory points. Koopa Wagon died. Kind of saw that coming. Doesn't look like those Sturm Pioneers are going to be doing much better. I think they're gonna die. Unless they get a miracle. Nope. There they go. I dared to believe for a moment that those Sturm Pioneers were going to live. Shame on me for getting my hopes up. Machine gun could be taking this territory, by the way. Just need to move that a little bit. He could be capturing with the machine gun instead of having to double back with the Grenadiers. He's also got another machine gun back here that clumped in yellow cover like that will die to 1 frag. But they do have ambush camouflage. They're invisible right there. Sturm Pioneers working on riflemen with Pio support. Pios are not normally able to support usefully in an engagement, but against a suppressed rifle squad they actually are. They actually do make a meaningful difference. So nice play right there. And the Allies are just doing this game horribly, horribly wrong. So many idle units, so much blobbing, and just generally being slow to move and get control of territory. Mostly the idle units, though. Even box select right click towards the enemy is better than this. Ambulance has been decrewed apparently here in the base. We've also got a ton of float. 700 manpower for both players at 9 minutes is way too much float. They need to spend that on something. Of course, their fuel income is so bad that their timings on their vehicles, which is normally where your manpower would go at this time, are all off. So just to spend their manpower, they had to have to rely on doctrinal features. They've both gone infantry company, by the way. Maybe they know each other? I don't know. Guess that's plausible. Here in the south, Lieutenant is going to get nailed by the ambush camouflage machine gun right there. No, that one doesn't have it. These squads both do, though. So, first strike bonus is cutting that Lieutenant down quick. Late retreat, but he'll escape, whatever. Meanwhile, the rest of these squads making their way through the middle. Rear echelon troops are going to get control of the munitions. And the AA half-track, freshly fielded AA half-track, which is very late, by the way. 10.5 minutes on that is just awful. And yeah, I don't even know what this player is doing. 900 manpower. None of his units are moving. Literally, he's just gone AFK, I guess. I don't know what the deal is there. Oh no, just kidding. He's microwaving 1 mortar half-track. I was wrong. He is microwaving his 1 unit right here. And to pretty decent effect. Maybe that means, Sidolio, that every good player has this map vetoed. No self-respecting KOTU player would actually play on Bistraya Voda. And if they do get it, they just quit immediately because they're far too sophisticated for such nonsense. Tier 4 going up here by the plane. And these three squads are making their way towards the left side over here. That was an extremely naive frag. Counter grenade does not get dodged. Oh my goodness. I don't think that engagement could have... Well, okay, it could have gone worse. Those squads could have both died. I'm kind of surprised they didn't. These American forces continue to just defend the left side right here rather than advancing. This Tier 4 is going to go up for free. No pressure being applied to the right half of this map at any point this game, which is giving the Allies basically no resources at all. But the engagement for the south was won, and they are extremely slowly capturing back all territory down here unopposed. They should try and speed things up a little bit. They could decrew their vehicles, for example, to capture the points. That's one option. Stealth sending all of his forces back towards the south now.
Our industry grows to support us.
There's battle phase 2. Huge resource advantage for the Axis throughout the course of this game. Means battle phase 2 is probably, well, actually, since he has no access to call-in tanks, battle phase 2 is required. Ooh, look at that. Next level builds. Double Sturm, double Kubel. 3 Volksgrenadier Rakettenwerfer into IR half-track. This is almost Red Wings tier. How come Red Wings doesn't get the IR half-track? Next time he's in my stream, somebody's got to be like, "Hey, Red Wings, if you're so non-meta, then where's the IR half-track?" Put your money where your mouth is. Grenade toss on that late to set up machine gun is very nearly going to wipe that. Double grenade just as... Okay. Seal the deal. Although focus firing on it like that actually almost cost us right from that engagement. I guess they weren't already healed up prior to that. There's no way they were at full health for the beginning of that fight against one squad of Pyos and Grens. AA half-track moves to turn the engagement, and it looks like Stealth will have to retreat. Oh, the machine gun got destroyed. It sunk in the ice right there. That's not good. Totally a standstill up here. Man, he is not moving at all. The mortar half-track's not even really moving. I guess it barraged a second ago. Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks are moving to try and kill it. It's quite exposed right there. I think it just noticed what's coming and it's going to try and move towards support here in the south. Now it's really, really trapped. That could be a wipe right there. Stealth sticking around a little bit longer in the retreat path to pick up that wipe, I think. Or not. Never mind, just going to let that go for free. Stealth, what are you doing? That was free wipe right there. Well, either way, the mortar half-track's definitely going to go down. Frag grenade on the pack, however, will clear it. We're going to see a bit of a push by the OKW up here, finally. And that grenade, though, wipes Sturms. Just standing in red cover against BARs and stuff. What is he doing? Oh my god, that was terrible. MrDeflor, please! He has no infantry left at all. Hopefully his Panzer II will do a little bit better. He was able to convince that bazooka squad to retreat, so that's good. Mortar half-track was destroyed right there. AT guns gone. Where did it go? There it is. There it is. Lieutenant recovered it and then immediately retreated, so it looks like Stealth's forces are getting pretty small. Taking out the mortar is good, but he's been losing a lot of stuff just to grenades. Just tons of grenades. He has to be a little quicker on the dodge, and he needs to keep his team weapons set up outside of grenade range. There goes that squad. Forced away by BARs making their way towards the south. And Tier 3 is going up here in the base.
Ready for action.
A little late, actually. He's got 200 fuel banked. He could have had a tank out for that last engagement for sure. Which would help because, well, first of all, if he'd had a tank, that probably wouldn't have gotten stolen. And second of all, if that had not gotten stolen, his tank would be almost completely uncountered. There's no anti-tank here in the south at all, except for that stolen AT gun now. And apparently a handful of light AT mines. Not being planted in clusters, though, so the potential impact they'll have on a Panzer IV, I think, is maybe nothing. I don't actually think that one AT mine can do anything to a Panzer IV. I could be wrong about that, though. Maybe somebody could correct me on that. I've actually immobilized a Tiger with a cluster of 4 of these before, so it is possible to get really good crits out of those if you plant them in groups. I don't think planting them individually does much, though. Which is dumb, by the way. I don't understand why those mines have a pointless, like, extra micro requirement on top of them. Why don't they just plant in a cluster by default, like S-mines or S-mines? For example, bazooka riflemen making their way back out of the base towards this area. Still so many idle squads, man. There's just nothing even happening up here. Apparently the American player is totally fine with the Axis just having these 2 points and is just going to defend this area. Meanwhile, the Americans trying to defend here in the South Fuel with the Panzer IV on the field. Looks like we're about to see another engagement for that territory. I hope. 50 cal fielded apparently right here. And a lieutenant is standing on the river. Grenadiers engaging. Wow, that first strike bonus seems really good. Seems quite nice. Wins the engagement against the lieutenant right there. He'll retreat anyway, though, just for healing, which will weaken his next push significantly. Oh, push! A push in the north! Riflemen walk right into a Kubelwagen plus tier 4 structure and actually might kill the Kubelwagen. They might actually kill it. No, they get pinned. Get pinned just in time, and they will all be forced to retreat. Kubelwagen needs to pull back for some repairs, though. So much for that attack. Not a very well timed. Why would he push with a Sherman in queue? He sat AFK this entire time. He could have just waited for the Sherman to hit the field. If he was gonna wait, it's best to try and field the maximum possible amount of forces from multiple different directions that you can simultaneously. So if you have a Sherman in production, you should basically just not push until the Sherman comes out, because it'll be a huge boost to that push, especially since the Sherman has probably the most shock value out of any tank in the game. Is that true? I think so. Probably even more than the Stug E, because the Stug has more raw firepower and really good wipe potential and can really push the Allies off the map. But the Sherman not only has great wipe potential, it also has a turret, great mobility, is an excellent counter-harassment unit, and it has an extremely good chance of wiping stuff on retreat. The Stug doesn't have quite the same potential to get aggressive, and the Sherman also has smoke. So I really think that the Sherman is the most shocking. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Unit with the most shock value, the most I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Out of every tank, I'm pretty sure. I think so. But the window of opportunity it has to inflict that damage is quite small, especially in 2v2. Counters to it get fielded in pretty large quantities quite quickly. You should probably also not put it on the ice like that. That's just asking for it. Fortunately, one Faust bounces. He could even rifle grenade it if it's really just going to sit right there. Fortunately, it's not. Pulling back away from that engagement now. Working on this. I feel like the only place he's driving this Sherman is on ice. Okay, there he goes. Catches a Panzer II right there. Shot misses, unfortunately. That Panzer IV has not even moved since it got fielded. There's 2 Panzer IVs on the field now. He needs to get active with those. There's still barely any anti-tank in the south at all, except for just a few little light AT mines sprinkled here and there. Other than that, they could wreak havoc down here. It's just 1 AT gun. No engine damage of any kind. 2 just idle Panzer IVs. There they go. There goes 1 somewhere. MG42 holding the line on this green cover, but it's vulnerable to the south flank right there. Panzer Grenadiers hanging out in the area don't have much of a role either. And it looks like the rest of Stealth's infantry is kind of rotating towards the north. Stuka has been fielded here by MrDeflor. And with support of the IR half-track, should be able to find targets for it, I think. Panzer IV making its way through the north, pushing his teammate out of cover. As he should. Keep his teammate on his toes, get that micro up. Get that APM get that APM going. No attempt to dodge that Stuka whatsoever by that lieutenant, and he gets wiped. Those Panzer IVs are going for a very wide flank up here in the north. I guess they're going to try and sneak around behind something. Try and get an opportunity on that Jackson, I guess. I'm not sure if the IR half-track has spotted that thing. Looks like no, it's just out barely outside of range. So that's potentially gonna be a threat. Oh jeez. Late retreat on that bundle grenade, and the models get stuck on this squad. MG42 is forced to retreat right there. Panzer Grenadier is going to move up here towards the north. Whoa, huge push! Huge push by the Axis right here. Panzer Grenadiers plus all of these squads. Moving to engage against Jackson right here. Going to kill that, I think. Panzerschreck Blob manages to take it out. Apparently he activated breakthrough tactics during this also. Maybe he thinks that gives some sort of combat buff. It doesn't, but alright. Grenades, wow, huge hit from the Panzer IVs right there on that clump of riflemen. They get wiped. One squad gets away with like a tiny amount of health remaining. Panzerschreck Blob continues to work on the Sherman right there in the ice, and it will be destroyed, so the engagement is definitely won. Not only the engagement, but probably the game. I honestly have no idea what the Allies are even doing most of the time. And consequently, all of their units just died. Sitting idle, got outproduced. Which is what tends to happen when you let your opponent have most of the map. Although the Allies did actually manage to get back control of the South Fuel. But not so much so that the fuel incomes were really any different. Wait, EasyMax subscribed? Why didn't the alert play? I worked so hard! What the f— oh, I still had it turned off from before. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Hold on, I'm gonna do it manually. I'm gonna have to do it manually for EasyMac. That doesn't count. God. Well, we'll do it properly when the game's over, because I think it's actually going to be over like kind of soon. Stern Pioneer's taking control of this point over here on the left side. Cut-off attempt on the right. I guess he forgot that this bunker's right here, because this bunker is still here, and is successfully shutting down this attempt to take the cutoff. It actually will get decapped, but the engagement is still basically effectively won. So, Smoke Grenade is going to try and stall the loss of this engagement. All the riflemen will come unsuppressed, so that helps a little bit. MG42 set up right here. Rifle Grenade to try to turn the engagement faster. That frag, I don't even know what that frag was aimed at. That didn't hit anything. Stuka falling in the area. I I think. Oh, down here! Oh! Ooh! You know, he should angle that along the retreat path rather than perpendicular to it like that. He probably could have picked up even more, but you know, not that I'm gonna call that a bad barrage. That wipes 2 full squads. So, Grenadiers take control of the south fuel right there, and this squad of Grenadiers is taking control of the strategic point over here on the right side. I didn't miss any other subs, did I? Okay, good. Man. What's wrong with me?
We are losing a sector.
Is there anything happening? No. Alright, there's a break in the action. Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. Easy. Mac. Ready? Here we go. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Thank you for subscribing, Easy Mac. Oh shit, I forgot that it's gonna now play 3 times though. Well. Man, that alert is awesome. Alright, that squad will retreat right there. Lieutenant. Oh, is that a priest? Yes, priest is on the field. Alright, priest on the field now. So that's gonna maybe help crack some of these basically AFK Axis players. Oh, almost wiped that squad right there. So that's gonna have to pull back for some healing, but basically nothing's really happening. The only reason this game's not over is because the Axis are just getting a little lazy at this point. Looks like Stealth is going to mobilize his forces towards the south now and try and overwhelm this position, which he should be able to do easily with 3 Panzer IVs against what appears to be only 1 AT gun and no other anti-tank of any kind. In fact, going priest when you're already this behind is just ridiculous and suicidal, honestly. These Panzer IVs could literally drive into the base and kill the priest uncountered. Oh no, that's not actually true. There is 1 bazooka squad. 2 bazooka squads, which is not really a counter, by the way, to 3 Panzer IVs. That's just, like, sad. So, that's that. Nom de plume! Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I've been quite good. I got partnership, as you can see. So yes, lots has happened since my Grey Goo days. That blob is going to be forced to retreat by this even larger blob. This larger, better, totally superior blob. Oh, that priest shot in his huge force. That did so much damage. Second one overshoots a little bit right there, though. Oh, he's just sitting in front of that AT gun. No! Panzer IV falls extremely low, has to pull back to safety. Everything else here getting suppressed by something. What's even doing that? There are no suppressing units on the field anywhere, are there? I have no idea how they got suppressed, but the blob will continue its advance towards that Scot through deep snow and super duper clumped, making them extremely vulnerable to grenades and indirect fire. Panzer IV engaging against this stuff right here. Panzer IV moving up in this area. Destroys an ambulance. Panzer II is getting a little overextended. Oh, that light artillery barrage on the blob! Ooh. That inflicted serious losses. Almost all infantry killed. Meanwhile, here in the south, still a sort of semi-healthy infantry force remaining. 1 Panzer IV pulled back for repairs right here. Seems to be doing okay. Whoa, what happened to that? Oh, it got sunk by a stray Sherman shell. I'm pretty sure that had at least 3/4 health remaining. So, don't drive your tanks on the ice is the lesson to be learned from that.
Grab your shit and follow me.
Priest blowing up that thing slowly. I'm, again, relatively certain that winning this game for the Allies should be impossible. Unless no Axis squads move to capture the undefended territories scattered around the map. If that doesn't happen, then who knows how long this game might last. Anything is possible. Oh, Stealth, by the way, has access to super close air support. He should probably use that. Unmonitored squads in the middle getting killed. Ooh, Panzer IV moves up to protect. Forces a retreat with that shot. Nobody's actually submitting these, Sidolio. I just randomly, off-stream, go into the 1v1 ladder, scroll down to the very bottom of the list as far as I can, and pick them at random just to troll my viewers. This is all an elaborate troll. I hope that you can't stand this game. Get off the ice, please! Oh my god, Sherman, what are you doing? No! Rear armor hits? What? Apparently that Panzer IV just nailed the rear armor of that Sherman and thereby sunk it into the river. Of course. It looks like the blob is reconstituting itself. Stealth actually doesn't have very much infantry left of any kind. He's going a little hard at a tier 3, by the way. It's getting up to 30 minutes, at which point I think a transition to tier 4 might make sense. Perhaps.
Man your stations.
Sidolio, please no bully. So much cyberbullying. I have a feeling that this series of Stuka barrages could be absolutely devastating. Here it comes. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Right? Yeah, okay, that wasn't that bad. He aimed it at the priest and AA half-track. And the team weapons. Sort of. I mean, he, like, angled it weird, though. I was ready for everything to die, but only most of this stuff died. Grenade toss. Panzer IV pushes everything off the grenade. Look at that. Look at that next level tactics and teamwork right there. Totally planned. What happens in real life if a frag grenade goes off underneath a tank tread? Nothing? Or like... Or would that just never happen in real life? Probably nothing. Pio moving up to repair that thing. Man, I feel like the Axis are just begging for the Allies to come back right now. Like, they have a priest. I'm just pointing that out. They do have a priest. This is a pretty good way to lose your huge lead. Oh god. Oh god, here it comes. Oh, what? Where's that aimed? That was nowhere near this. Oh, he shot it at the completely wrong point. Why would he do that? The one machine gun on the south fuel or the entire Axis army on the strategic point? Decisions, decisions. I guess he didn't have vision. We'll just go with that. He didn't have vision. Oh god, another devastating Stuka barrage up here. Not that it really should make any meaningful difference, since I honestly think that a box select Panzer IV like attack move into the Allied base could have won this a good 15 minutes ago. More Stuka barrages softening things up. Most vehicles are at half health or lower down here. Jackson goes down. Grenadiers not being monitored during the engagement do get wiped by BAR riflemen though. Grenade toss wipes that squad as well. Fortunately, there's more where that came from. Volksgrenadiers on their way, en masse. I don't think that there's currently a priest available to fire. One for Sabotador and two for the other guy, and neither of them, nothing is off cooldown, so this will go unpunished and potentially hunt and kill that priest just by walking up to it and clicking on it. Oh my god. I think the base defenses will protect this priest, maybe. There's just too many! The blob is too strong! Run, little priest! Alright, it does get away. Light artillery barrage, like, why? He has stupid close air support. He could probably kill everything with stupid close air support if he dropped that. And he has 400 munitions with which to do so. But it's irrelevant because the Allies have brought this game to a merciful early end by surrendering. GG. Axis wins.